Welcome to Beyond Vision Mindset, where we focus on unlocking your potential, protecting your energy, and embracing personal growth. Life isn't always easy, and sometimes we find ourselves in situations that are draining, stagnant, or no longer serving us. And when we make the difficult decision to walk away, it's not about revenge or trying to teach someone a lesson. Rather, it's about recognizing our own growth and choosing to move forward in a way that supports our well-being and future. The quote, "I don't walk away to teach people a lesson. I walk away because I finally learned mine," speaks to a crucial point in personal transformation. It's not about the external world or the people we leave behind. It's about us, the choices we make and the lessons we've gained along the way. In this video, we're going to break down what walking away truly means and why it's often one of the most empowering choices we can make on our growth journey. So, if you're ready to step into your true potential, let's dive in. 1. Growth comes from letting go. One of the most important lessons we can learn in life is that growth often requires us to let go. We're constantly told to hold on and keep pushing through, but sometimes the most powerful step we can take is actually stepping away. This isn't about giving up, but about realizing that in order to move forward, we need to create space for new possibilities. Aristotle, one of the greatest philosophers in history, emphasized the importance of self-awareness and the ability to make wise decisions based on personal growth. Sometimes, we hold on to situations, relationships, or environments because they feel familiar, or we think we're supposed to make them work. But the truth is, clinging to things that are no longer serving us can hold us back. Growth happens when we release what we no longer need and allow ourselves the freedom to explore new paths. Walking away is an act of self-awareness. It's the ability to see that something is no longer contributing to your development. Whether it's a relationship, a job, or an old belief system, if it no longer nurtures or challenges you in positive ways, it may be time to let go. This decision isn't easy, but it's necessary for progress. Just as a tree sheds its leaves to prepare for new growth, we must be willing to let go of the old to make room for what's coming next. In moments where you feel stuck, ask yourself, is this situation allowing me to grow, or is it keeping me in the past? Growth doesn't happen by staying in comfort zones. It happens when we make the conscious choice to move beyond what no longer serves us. Walking away is part of that process. It's about trusting that your best self is waiting on the other side of change. 2. Protecting your peace and energy. One of the most valuable lessons we can learn in our lives is that our energy is precious. It is often said that you can't pour from an empty cup, and this couldn't be more true when it comes to protecting your peace. Life has a way of throwing challenges our way, and not all of them are meant for us to solve. Sometimes, we have to make the hard choice to step away from situations, people, or environments that are draining us, not out of malice, but out of self-preservation. We live in a world where external demands are constantly pulling at us. We are told to give, to fix, to try harder. But the reality is that we cannot keep giving from an empty well. This idea is deeply rooted in philosophy. For instance, Socrates emphasized the importance of introspection and understanding what's truly valuable in our lives. He believed that only when we know ourselves can we truly understand what nourishes us and what depletes us. This knowledge of self-awareness is crucial for recognizing when our energy is being misdirected. When we protect our peace, we honor the fact that our emotional and mental well-being are just as important as our physical health. It's not about being selfish, it's about acknowledging that we have limits. Walking away from a draining situation is one of the best ways to guard your energy. Whether it's an unhealthy relationship, a toxic work environment, or an emotionally exhausting friendship, walking away is an act of self-care. This doesn't mean running from conflict or avoiding responsibilities, but it does mean setting boundaries. Boundaries are necessary for maintaining your mental health and emotional balance. The more you protect your energy, the more you can be present for what truly matters, whether that's personal growth, family, or pursuing your dreams. When we allow others to continuously drain us, we start losing ourselves in the process. Walking away is an affirmation that your peace is worth protecting. In moments when you feel overwhelmed or stuck in negative situations, remind yourself that you have the right to choose where you invest your energy. We all have the power to control where our attention and effort go. When you choose peace over chaos, you allow yourself to be fully present, not just for others, but for yourself. When we protect our peace, we make the space for true growth and the right people and experiences to enter our lives. 3. Focusing inward for true growth. True growth starts from within. It's easy to get caught up in the external world, constantly seeking approval or trying to change others to fit our desires. But personal transformation occurs when we begin to look inward and focus on our own journey. The key to unlocking your potential lies not in trying to control external circumstances, but in understanding and improving yourself. The ancient philosopher Socrates often spoke about the importance of introspection and self-awareness. His famous saying, "Know thyself," encourages us to turn inward and reflect on who we truly are. Only when we understand ourselves, our values, desires, fears, and strengths, can we begin to create meaningful change in our lives. This is the foundation of real, sustainable growth. It starts with a commitment to knowing yourself deeply, beyond the surface level of appearances and external expectations. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to forget this lesson. We are constantly bombarded with distractions, comparisons, and external pressures. We are often taught to look outward for validation or success, but this only leads to frustration and exhaustion. The more we focus on others and external situations, the more we neglect the most important relationship we'll ever have, the one with ourselves. When we focus inward, we stop seeking validation from the outside world and begin to trust our own judgment, instincts, and growth process. Walking away from something that no longer serves you is often a sign that you are learning to focus on your own needs and values. Personal growth requires you to reflect on what aligns with your goals and the person you want to become. Sometimes, this means walking away from relationships, situations, or even mindsets that no longer serve your journey. By letting go of things that hinder your growth, you make space for clarity and new opportunities that align with who you are becoming. The deeper we look within, the more we understand the choices we need to make for our personal evolution. True growth isn't about doing more or being more for others. It's about authentic self-improvement, recognizing what needs to be healed, what needs to be nurtured, and what parts of ourselves need to be developed. Growth is not linear, and it doesn't happen overnight. It's a continual process of reflection, self-discovery, and evolution. Focusing inward also allows us to identify the patterns that may be holding us back. Are there toxic relationships, negative self-talk, or habits that no longer align with our best self? When we make the choice to walk away from these things, we give ourselves permission to break free from cycles that prevent us from achieving true happiness and success. Focusing inward is about understanding that growth is an ongoing process, and sometimes, that process requires tough but necessary decisions. By embracing this inward journey, you reclaim your power. You start to trust that you are the author of your own life story, and every choice you make is a step towards becoming the person you want to be. True growth doesn't come from external achievements. It comes from the internal transformation that happens when you learn to listen to your own voice, trust your inner wisdom, and focus on what truly matters to you. 4. Walking away is empowering. Walking away isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. It takes immense courage and clarity to step away from situations, relationships, or environments that no longer serve your growth. True empowerment comes from recognizing your worth and making decisions that align with your best interests, even if it means leaving something or someone behind. Empowerment means taking control of your own life. It's about making choices that honor your peace and well-being, rather than staying in situations that drain you. Just as Socrates taught us to seek wisdom and virtue over temporary comforts, walking away is an act of embracing your inner strength and choosing what's best for your long-term growth. When you walk away, you're asserting that you deserve more. You're choosing self-respect and personal growth over staying in a cycle that no longer aligns with your path. It's an empowering decision to trust that there is something better waiting for you, and that you are strong enough to create the life you desire. 5. You've learned your lesson. When you walk away from something that no longer serves you, it signifies that you have gained wisdom from that experience. Life is filled with opportunities for growth, and each situation, whether positive or challenging, offers us valuable lessons. However, once we have learned those lessons, there's no need to keep revisiting them. Walking away isn't about running from the past, it's about acknowledging the wisdom we've acquired and choosing to move forward with that knowledge. The philosopher Aristotle believed that true wisdom arises from our experiences and the reflection we do upon them. He taught that we should not just live life, but engage in a process of thoughtful reflection to understand its meaning and lessons. When you walk away, you show that you have deeply reflected on the experience and learned what it had to teach you. The lesson is now internalized, and it's time to apply that newfound wisdom to your life in a way that fosters growth, peace, and fulfillment. It's easy to get caught in the trap of staying in situations because we think we need to fix them or we feel responsible for them. But the truth is, growth requires movement. If we stay in the same place or revisit the same cycle without applying what we've learned, we miss out on the opportunity to evolve. Walking away is an act of self-awareness. It's acknowledging that you've learned what you needed to and that it's time to step into a new chapter. By walking away, you show that you're no longer willing to repeat the same patterns or hold on to situations that no longer serve your highest good. You have evolved, and part of that evolution is recognizing when it's time to let go and move forward. This is not a sign of failure. It's a sign of empowerment. You understand that the lesson has been learned, and now it's time to apply it to build a future that aligns more closely with your values and aspirations. In essence, walking away is a powerful way of saying, I have grown, and I am ready for something new. It's about honoring your growth journey and trusting that the lessons you've learned will guide you to better experiences in the future. 6. You don't need external validation. One of the most freeing aspects of personal growth is realizing that you don't need external validation to confirm your worth. We live in a world where we are often told to seek approval, whether from others, social media, or societal expectations. But true empowerment and confidence come when we stop seeking validation from the outside world and start validating ourselves from within. When you walk away from situations or people that demand validation from you, you are declaring that your worth is intrinsic, not dependent on others' opinions or approval. Socrates believed that true happiness comes from living a life of virtue and self-awareness, not from pleasing others or conforming to their expectations. When we focus on our own growth and values, we stop measuring our success by other people's standards. When you stop seeking external validation, you free yourself from the need to prove yourself constantly. Self-acceptance becomes the foundation of your confidence, and you begin to realize that you are enough just as you are. This shift in mindset is transformative. It allows you to make decisions based on your authentic self, rather than based on what others might think or expect. Walking away from situations that drain you or from people who don't respect your boundaries is an act of self-respect. It's about knowing that you are worthy of respect, love, and peace, regardless of whether others recognize or acknowledge it. You don't need to prove your worth to anyone. It's inherent within you. Walking away is an affirmation of that self-worth. It's a declaration that you are no longer going to stay in places or with people who don't honor who you truly are. This internal shift is often the result of personal growth. As you learn more about yourself, you start to understand that your own approval is enough. You don't need to constantly seek affirmation from the outside world, because you know deep down that you are capable, worthy, and enough just as you are. When you make this shift, you become less reliant on others for your sense of self and begin living more authentically. In the end, walking away from people or situations that don't align with your values is an empowering act of owning your worth and refusing to settle for less than you deserve. It's a statement that you no longer need others to tell you your value. You know it for yourself. 7. Embracing the freedom of choice. One of the most empowering aspects of walking away is the freedom that comes with making your own choices. Life is filled with situations where we feel trapped, obligated, or stuck. But the truth is, we always have the power to choose how we respond to challenges, who we spend time with, and where we direct our energy. Walking away is a conscious decision to take control of your own life. When you choose to walk away, you acknowledge that you have the power to shape your own destiny. This is an incredibly liberating realization. Aristotle believed in the importance of living a life of virtue and making choices based on reason and understanding. When you walk away from something that no longer serves you, you're exercising the freedom to align your actions with your deeper values and goals. This freedom doesn't mean abandoning responsibilities or avoiding challenges. Rather, it's about choosing to engage in ways that support your growth and peace. It's the freedom to choose what you invest your energy in, who you surround yourself with, and how you spend your time. Walking away is a decision to stop letting life happen to you and start making life happen for you. When you embrace the freedom to walk away, you open the door to new opportunities, new relationships, and new experiences that align more closely with who you are becoming. This act of freedom isn't just a one-time event. It's a continuous practice of choosing what's best for you and staying true to your values, even when it's difficult. As we conclude, remember that walking away isn't a sign of failure. It's a powerful decision to choose your peace, protect your energy, and prioritize your growth. It's about recognizing your own worth and understanding that you are the author of your own story. Life is full of opportunities, but sometimes the best way to move forward is to let go of what no longer serves you. If you've learned something from today's video and feel inspired to make changes in your own life, I encourage you to subscribe to Beyond Vision Mindset and turn on notifications so you never miss out on content designed to help you unlock your potential, protect your energy, and embrace personal growth. Remember, you are capable of creating the life you deserve, one step at a time, starting with the courage to walk away when necessary. Stay true to your journey, and keep growing.